Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. And I'm excited, as always, to see what messages come through from Spirit this evening. I'm just going to hop out the chat here and get things all set up, and we'll get into the readings. I start a little bit early because I do like to make sure everyone's aware of things that I offer. Uh, which, first of all, and hope you're enjoying the Cancer moon. You know, the moon is rolled or rolls over the Cancer sign. And we've been in the moon yesterday and today, and we'll go into Leo tomorrow. But if you want an update on what is going on as far as moon energy and planetary energy throughout the week, I started a new Moon Day Mondays, and I have a video that I put out. Here's the link to this one from last Monday. And But that'll come out on Monday, letting you know what energies are coming in, and what to be aware of, how we can even transform some energy and use it for the best of our abilities. So, like to make sure you're aware of that. And then I did move my Take 10 with Zen to Tuesdays. So I guess we'll make it Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, or Take 10 Tuesdays, right? But it's a video that's 10 minutes or less that talks about connecting to spirit and our higher selves. And I answer questions from my subscribers. So this one was all about Spirit Sings. So be sure to check that out. There's a playlist as well. And you can check those out. There's a bunch of different subjects in there. And then I guess we'll have What's Up Wednesdays, where I put out a pick a card. And this week's was How Can I Transform Frustration? I have a ton of pick a cards also on my main page. All the playlists are listed down in the description box down below. And if you are a subscriber and a member of my YouTube, I have YouTube memberships now. If you have the praying mantis level, which is $7.99 a month, you actually get advanced access to the following weeks of all three of those videos. Plus, after these sessions, I have an extra session strictly for my praying mantis members where we do readings and past life readings, oracle. We have a Q&A even on Thursday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time, where I can ask questions about me and spirit, and we just get in and have a lot of fun and a lot of great information. So if you're interested, check out the description box. It talks about memberships in there too, a link to that. Also, I have giveaways. I was having weekly giveaways, but to balance everything out, I have gone to monthly giveaways. But here is the giveaway playlist that'll talk about the past winners. So if you want to jump and see if you had won, if you haven't, check them out. And then check out the announcement, the most recent one, on how you can get. There's three possible ways to win at the end of the month. So you can check a look at that. And then what else? What else? There was something else. Oh, yeah. Hello. I also am going to have 50% off most of my services for the rest of the year because I love you guys so much and I want to give back more. Um, my pre-recorded personal readings, my hedges of peace and love, and also my wish upon a star astro readings. Again, all that information is listed down in the description box down below. So that is where you can check it out. All right. So I think that is everything that I wanted to talk about there. Make sure I've got everything set correctly here. All right, I think I am. Now, if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, you can check out the description box of the video. It does talk about the process. I do honor donations and I prioritize those, step out of the readings to complete those. And it talks about all of that down in the description box of the video. So you can do that. And I do have a donation that came in. So we will start with that one, and then we will get into the other free readings there. And let's take a look here. All right. So let me take a look. I don't see the name in the PayPal that came through in the chat. So let me see here. Maybe. Oh, I do. I see it. Hi, Aranza. I'm getting old. What can I say? So thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. I'm using the Revelation Tarot and the Round Tarot this evening. We're going to start off with the Revelations, and Aranza, you'll be up first. So you would like to know. Let me just raise my microphone a little bit. I know I'm going to hit it. All right. Um, if you're doing right and waiting for the guy that you're seeing to love you, or should you just walk away? Oh, I know that's a tough one, right? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit's advice is, they don't have like so much shoulds, you know, uh, on the other side, and it's like, is it for your highest experience, right? I know kind of what I'm sensing from you, which is normal for all of us, would be, I want to know, is it going to be worth it in the long run? Are they going to love me? And is it meant for me to hang out with them a little bit? Am I supposed to be learning something from, from this, or, what? So let's take a look here and see what they have here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Oh, it's just kind of like a stepping stone. So I feel like it's a stepping stone type of situation, but let's take a look here. Yeah. All right. And let's see what these other ones are here. All right. Just like step, 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 step. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I feel like you already know the answer, but we'll step through these cards here because we've got these first three came out together, which kind of talk about the overall reason why you guys were drawn together in this lifetime, and that they are this mirror for you because you've got the Queen of Wands, right? Yeah, Queen of Wands, Seven of Cups, and then the Knight of Swords. So, Queen of Wands shows you how you can step into your power, and there is this wonderful energy of seeing this, your power, and wherever you focus it is what can unfold. The Seven of Cups usually is emotional confusion, but I feel like it's the clarity that comes, like you're marking off the stuff you don't want with your power, and the Knight of Swords is the pursuit of higher truth, seeing your things from a higher perspective. All the knights have a quest, and they're after the Ace of Swords, which helps you cut away the fears that cause emotional confusion and mental confusion. So the knight is riding in and cutting away, and I feel like that's what's been going on here is you've been cutting away different things in your life and you're getting it down. But you're really, overall, I feel like you're just the courage and the clarity that's been coming in for you, like to choose yourself. I feel like, with your past, with most of us, right? You've been taught to sacrifice yourself and try to make everyone happy and be who everyone needs you to be, blah, 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 right? But there's just been so much confusion here, so much stuff coming in here. With the Five of Wands, there's just been this conflict, these fearful energies, but I love that it has led you to this Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture taking care of you. And it's creating new birth and new sensuality, I guess comfortableness is a long word, which means comfortable with yourself, right? I really like that this is what's been coming in here, this wand energy, the Knight of swords with the Queen of Wands is this pursuit of seeing things from a different perspective. And I feel like you have emerged realizing that you're royalty and you're not a servant. And I like this change of energy that's been coming in here for you, Aranza. Um, because then you've got the King of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. And this is where I feel things are unfolding, things are going forward and growing and expanding. The biggest thing, or one of the big things that the King of Pentacles learns through his entire journey through all the Pentacles is his realization of his worth in relationship to the outside world. He sees himself differently. He sees himself as powerful, and because he's defining himself by his inner self-worth instead of the retail price of the outside world. What am I worth to other people? Constantly fluctuating, constantly changing. And there's this great change that has come in here, right? We got the Page of Pentacles coming in here, which the page is about new opportunities that open up in the outside world. In addition to both of these, this is like this would be like the princess, it's the page, the earlier, and this is the later. So this is the first royal and the last royal, and they're both offering you this new way of looking at your worth. And I feel like that's what's been happening here. You're waiting, you're seeing this person, you care about them, but you're just like, I feel like I care more. I want to care more about me. And I love this. I mean, because you've got the well, I guess you got the page, the page, the queen, and the king, which I like that you don't have the Knight of Pentacles because that's the slowest moving knight. I like that you have the Knight of Swords, which is a faster moving knight. So you do have all four royals here, three of the same suit and one of faster movement. So I like all of this, but I feel like, when it comes to, and here's the Four of Pentacles, this is the journey I was talking about that the king realizes that this is the exact card that brings you the stability of your worth, because this is the looking outside of ourselves in relationships and situations and things for our stability. We feel unstable because all those things are right. People change, people walk away, people pass away, situations never stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down. So everything in the outside world, including our bodies, is unstable, and we eventually turn inward and upward to find our wholeness and our completeness, right? And that's where the Three of Cups is our spiritual posse, your spiritual connection. Um, and that comes in here together. But I feel like there eventually is a third party situation with the three of you that is the end of the relationship. But I feel at that point you don't care because you're just like, all right, I was leaving anyway. Um, so I feel like waiting for them isn't going to give you what you need, because what you're waiting for is what you find on the inside, not on the outside. And so you can continue to go down this path with them, but focus your energy on you, and inward and upward, and raising your love vibration, looking at your self-worth from the inside, not the outside, right? Because everyone is a mirror for us. And I mean, I had five exes, and the relationships were anywhere between 1 year and 3 years, but they were all mirrors showing me what I wanted to see about myself until, badang, I saw it. I saw the light. And then I was like, oh, wow. So each of these individuals was showing me my own self worth. And then I was like, okay. And then I didn't need those mirrors and those specific teachers anymore for those things. And so that's what they are. Try not to um, be too harsh on them, because they agreed to be the mirror for you so you could free yourself from all of that. So that's what's coming in for you right now, Aranza. So hopefully that makes sense and resonates for you. Um, but thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And I'm just going to take a sip here of my tea. All right. So let's continue on here. All right. And I did have a donation come in from Nicole. So, Nicole, if you are here, I see you put your comment on a previous video. So, I think you're wondering about your health. And so, let's take a look here, and we'll pull some cards and see what Spirit has for you here. Um, you're very welcome, Aranza. I'm glad that resonated there. Right, and then, of course, with any medical questions, I always have to refer everyone to my disclaimer in my video description. I am not a licensed practitioner, medical doctor, lawyer, psychologist, counselor, anything. This is tarot, and so it's designed for entertainment purposes only. And I have to say that here in the United States. Um, so everyone ultimately is responsible for making their own decisions. And so that's what we have there. So, all right. So, Nicole, let's take a look here. And let's see what we've got going on here. What does Spirit want you to know about your health right now? We're sending you lots of love energy coming in here too. So let's take a look here. It looks like a little flower. I don't know why. We've got we got 222, four twos, and they kind of want to put it like a little petals. So we'll take a look here at the top first. All right. So I do see here, Nicole, we've got the Empress, which is new birth, which is, you know, I love Empress energy because that's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, taking care of yourself. You know, out of any card really to get, this is a great one to have because she rules over our bodies. She rules over the earth. Our bodies belong to the earth energy because when we're gone, these bodies deteriorate and become back a part of the earth. So I love that she's here, and the Six of Swords is a positive movement from choppy waters to calmer waters. It's letting go of the fears and allowing this thing to flow in this direction. So if at all, I know it can be scary, but if we face our fears, focus on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace as much as we can, our bodies are amazing healing machines when they're working, right? But when we're in fight or flight and fear mode, our immune system shuts down, our digestive system shuts down, our body's flooded with adrenaline. It does all sorts of damage to our body over time if we're constantly in fear. But if we can be out of fear as much as we can, it's a very positive thing for our body to run at its highest, right? So I see here we've got a lot of emotional confusion, a lot of different emotions, a lot of different things all over the place. But I like the Three of Wands coming in because the Three of Wands does show you choosing to go a different route than you were before. And if there's all this confusion of what I'm supposed to choose, what I'm supposed to go, how I'm supposed to do it, you get to choose. So you get to whittle it down and see what is it that you're wanting to do. Step When we step out of the fear, the emotional and mental confusion clears up, and it allows us the clarity to come into of what route to go. Because a lot of times I know with my host, with everything she's been going through medically, we find doctors do more elimination of things. They don't know how the human body works, is what I've come over the last 5 years with my mom and another friend I lived with, and this friend, one of my best friends, all that I live with. We've ended up going to the hospital a lot with all of them, and I just realized by being an observer, you guys don't really know what you're doing. You're just kind of eliminating things that you're like, "Well, it's not this. Let's see these tests. Well, it's not that." And I feel like even though doctors can give us a diagnosis of, like, "I think this is what it is," the prognosis, which is the treatment, the way we're going, we get to decide, right? And I feel like there's a lot of different other options um, that routes you can go here. Let's take a look and see what else we have here. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because you got the King of Swords and the King of Cups. So you've got a lot of mental energy here because all the kings are given a portion of air in addition to the suit they roll over. So this king rolls over air, given a second portion of air, the King of Cups has emotional water energy plus air. So you got three parts air, one part emotion. And this is kind of what I feel like they're saying is we're stepping out of the emotions, getting more into seeing things from a higher perspective, which this king is the master of air because he not only rules over it, but gets a second portion of air. So he's a master of seeing things from a higher perspective, whittling away at the fears, whittling away at the things that are happening here. And there can be a change and a movement of things. But if you and they just were like knocking me upside my head. I was just looking at this earlier today, which is the You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. If you haven't checked this out yet, Nicole or anyone, this is a great book. Again, she has the disclaimer I have in the book too about, you know, but there's a lot of emotional, it talks about the emotional root of things, of the dis-ease and things with our bodies, and that can also help transform things and move things because if it they're emotionally based, and so if we deal with the emotions, it also helps transform things, right? So that makes sense with all these seven of cups too. They're about getting to the root of the emotional cause of what's going on in your bodies. And then you have, yeah, the two of cups and the eight of wands. So the two of cups, this is about emotional choice card coming in here. So it's so perfect with the eight of wands that brings energy, brings movement, brings healing, brings, this movement of our inner energies. And the two of cups does represent here that every moment is a choice that we make between unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude, or the lower vibration, which is of fear, right? Fear of rejection, fear of death, right? We have all of these things, and there's all this fear that comes in that is what ignites us into fight or flight mode. And every moment is a choice between the two. And the more that we can focus on the higher vibrational energies, it brings the higher vibration up too. So, I feel like, Nicole, that this is what spirit is bringing you into this emotional center here. Because even the Empress has, of course, she rolls over all the queens, which when you add up all the queens, um, each of the queens is given water, which is 4 parts water. And then the Queen of Cups, of course, rolls over water. So that's 5 parts water, 1 part, air, 1 part, of the other stuff. So, there is this, the Empress, and even the movement across water. Yeah, so much about emotion that's coming in here because this is even movement across water, the thoughts moving across the water, across the emotions. So I feel like there can be a lot of emotional healing that comes in here. And if you haven't checked out, what is the name of the movie? Heal? I think the name of the movie is Heal. I think it's on, at least it used to be on Netflix or Hulu or one of those. But it's a wonderful, wonderful documentary in a way about all the different modalities that people were using in the emotional release of stuff. Those at the core, and people were cured, self cured of cancer and all these different diseases that they were like, we don't know what we can do, just prepare to die. And they were transformed. So I feel like that is what they have for you right now, Nicole. I love it for you because there's such hope, and it's within you. You don't, not waiting on someone else to find a cure or do whatever, but it's about finding the emotional reasons and the different modalities and the different things that are available out there. Try something unnatural. Um, I feel with all of this is what they're encouraging you. So yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Cups, which represents spirit. Don't be afraid to ask your angels, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, for answers and guidance and for healing too. Three of Cups is all celebration and joy, 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 joy. So focus on as much joy as we can to raise our love vibration. So that's what they have for you, Nicole. So hang in there, my dear. And again, thank you for your donation. Let us know anything we can do. right. And then I do have another donation. So thank you so much. Infinity is one. Thank you so much. And I see your donation here. Hello, hello. You'd like to know if things will get better with this person, or would it be better if you move on? All right. I get you. Let's take a look here and see what they have coming in here. All right. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. We've got some. Okay. Yeah, I see. Well, I mean, you got the first card come in and got the 2 of cups. So here definitely is this energy that's coming in here. This of the 2 of cups, the importance here. And so it is an indication that it is an important relationship in your life right now, and that, it feels here that it will get better with the Wheel of Fortune, because this tells you that even your human is happy with the outcome. Whoa. The 10 is endings and new beginnings, but it's the wheel starts to turn. And the Wheel of Fortune is the tune of for you, for tune, and even your human is happy. The Wheel of Fortune tells whatever unfolds in our life does unfold for us, but sometimes our human does not agree with that, or has a hard time getting on board with that. Like, how is that for me? But this case with the Wheel of Fortune, it tells us even your human is like, I see how this is for me. So it feels very positive. We've got the Knight of Swords too, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset. So I like this, and movement of communication. I feel like with Mercury retrograde, which Mercury is the planet of communication, when Mercury goes retrograde, it kind of makes communication kind of hairy and staticky. That's when we have a lot of opportunity to reflect on things, because we spend a lot of time alone, having gotten in fights with people. Just kidding, but not really, but just kidding. Um, but there is this evolution of emotion that's happening here too, because we got the emotional confusion clears up. We have the 8 of cups, which is leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve. And we got the moon card too, so there's all this water moon energy. So I feel like next Friday when Mercury goes direct, I feel like you just feel the switch from mind to mind to mind to mind, and then we move into a lot of emotional expression and emotional clarity that comes in, because the 8 of cups follows the 7 of cups, which is leaving behind emotions that don't serve, and even people that don't serve. And you guys move forward into 9 of cups, which feels it's the wish fulfillment card. And then, Mother Luna energy coming in here too. The moon energy is very important. For one of you or both of you, I mean, it impacts us all always, but the moon coming in very strong. And I almost feel like maybe if they are a Cancer sign or a water sign, or have a lot of water in their chart, or maybe a water moon, or maybe that's you. Sorry. Excuse me, got a tickle. Um, it's important to follow the moon cycles. I started my Moon Day Mondays, which there's a link in the description box for the playlist. And I shared the most recent video at the top of the beginning of this session. But following that is important, because with all this emotion that's coming in, it can feel like someone is um, unsteady, or we can feel unsteady, or both of us can if there's water in both, right? But we're all influenced by the moon, but water signs, especially water moons, you feel it like huge. And so you might feel almost uh, unstable at times, because every 2 to 3 days we change signs in the moon. We go from fire to earth to air to water. And so we go from passion and energetic to grounded and stable, to thinking about things way up in the intellectual, to emotional. And so it almost feels like we're going all over the place. But when we realize it, we can manage those energies more. And I feel like with that moon card coming in, it's very important for you. But I feel like for now the energy feels like give it some time, allow become aware of the moon cycles, and then also realize next Friday is when Mercury goes direct, and you might see your communication clear up too, and some emotion bubble to the top, positive emotion, clarity of emotion come in. So that's what's coming in for you right now. Infinity is one. And again, thank you so much for your donation. And hopefully that was helpful. All right. So I'm going to scroll. I think that is it for the donations. And all right, let me take a look here. I just want to make sure I didn't lose anything that's acting weird here. Nope. All right, yeah, so we're good. So Anya Ahuya, you were the first free reading at the top, so we will jump up to you. You're welcome, Infinity. All right, so you want to know, will you get into the desired organization? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, you got the world card, which is uh victory and joy and celebration, and the 10 of cups, overwhelming joy and celebration. That would be a yes for me. So definitely I feel like you are that you will get into this desired organization. If not with this world card with endings and beginnings and new cycles, if you don't, just know what happens next is so much even more amazing than you would have thought, because it feels like wish fulfillment. Um, but if this doesn't pan out, it means what happens next is even more beyond. It's like even more than you imagined, because the 9 of cups is like wish fulfillment. 10 of cups is one step beyond that. So I feel like it's very, very positive here for you. Absolutely. All right. So that's what's coming in for you, Anya. So many blessings to you. And Dajona, you will be up next. I do have a couple more donations that came in. So thank you guys so much. So, Amanda, thank you for your donation. And let's take a look here. He's a water moon. Well, boom. There we go. Thank you for that validation, Infinity. I love it. And I felt like, yeah, you're like, yeah, they kind of act like they're unstable. Now you know why. So definitely go check out my last moon day Monday and see if you notice their behavior changing by the different characteristics of the moon for each of those days. That would be interesting to see. All right. So Amanda, you'd like a general love reading for September? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. See, what does Spirit want you to know about love, love, love? And that's the unseen. Ooh, all right. So let's see what we got going on here. All right. Well, I do see here um there's a little bit of friction going on here uh regarding love, and it feels like your mind is battling your heart, right? There's like two swords on this side with the mind and two swords on this side with your heart, and your heart has a brain too, and it's like it's trying to speak its heart and its mind, and the mind's like, oh no, we don't. You know what, last time we allowed you to express your emotions, remember the pain you had? I'm not going to go through that again. And so they're battling, going, no, I want to love, and like, no, not yet, I get to tell you, no, I get to. And there's this battle going back and forth. It's like two puppets, your brain and your heart battling one another, which is all right, you know, it happens, and it's good. It's just wants to protect us. It's like an older brother, older sister that just wants to make sure we're okay and that we survive this lifetime, right? But we have the 7 of Wands, which does tell me here that you stand up for yourself. The passion energy kicks in, and you are seen, you are up on a hill. This 7 of Wands is showing me that there's kind of like a spotlight that is shown on you, is that the right word? Um, and it's like there's this, um, I don't know if it's an opportunity if you're actually literally in the spotlight, but I feel like you're standing out somewhere, somehow this month, where whether it's in a wedding party, it's like a bartender, they're showing me all like karaoke, somewhere where you're on stage or separated away from everyone else. And then you are seen because you are separated and are standing out, whether you're speaking, singing, serving, doing something, but you stand apart and you're seen. And I like this because you have this brightness that is around you, and that is what it's like you're glowing, maybe literally glowing, but if not, very much just your presence and your energy is glowing. And you get noticed this month, and I like it because you've got and it could be at an event. Here's the wedding, it's celebration gathering card. So I feel like, is there a gathering? Is there something that you're going to, some sort of celebration? I feel like that will be it because you've got both the joy and celebration cards coming in here. So there definitely is a lot of happiness, a lot of joy that's coming in. And I like this coming in. It just is very, very powerful. What you don't see is the Two of Pentacles, which is this balancing. Um, and I'm seeing this card here, and you can see the infinity symbol in the middle. I see it more as an hourglass, and it's like tick, 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 tick. It's time for things to do a flip. And when it happens, it's just like it just comes out of nowhere. And it's just really interesting because I feel like something to look at, Amanda, because you've got, I'm just going to put these together so you can see this. See if I can show it here. So you've got two, three, four, five, seven. There's six is missing here. And it feels like whatever this six is, if six is something special to you, but the Six of Pentacles is what jumped out to me, which the Six of Pentacles is the giving and receiving, the worthiness of receiving journey, which is like my lifetime journey. And if you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen episodes 4 and 5, they talk about the Six of Pentacles in there and how there might be things in our mind that we're wanting, right? Our conscious mind. I want love. I want a job, this job. I want abundance. I want all this, but it feels like there's a forest field keeping it away. Well, that's our little inner child who is in charge of the forest fields. They're the ones that learned when they were younger, 7 years old and younger, this out of balance, like there had been a parent, a grandparent, someone who you really wanted love from, and you did so much to get so little. Well, the little inner child learned its rate of exchange, love exchange from that. It's way out of balance, right? We all go through it, and that seeps down. And until we bring it up and look at it and transform it, then the force fields drop because otherwise the little inner child's doing a little job keeping track. You haven't given that much. You don't deserve this little yet. So if you take a look at it, the Take 10 was they're 10 minutes or less. And the playlist is on my main page, but they give you some tools, what you can do consciously and look at that subconscious balancing. I feel like that's the missing six is the Six of Pentacles. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So that's what they have for you, Amanda. I can't wait for your celebration, whatever this party or wedding. Are you singing at a wedding or standing in a wedding or hosting a party or doing something? It's like you stand out, whatever this gathering is. So I like it. All right, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation, Amanda. All right. And then Mia, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. I'm doing well, dear. How are you? And you want to know H's feelings, future actions after speaking your truth. All right. High five for that. Let's see what's going to go happen here, though. One and two and three. So let's see what happens here. So, number one, All right. Well, that makes sense. Number two. Okay. And feelings. Okay. All right. Well, first of all, their feelings about you, they're like Queen of Wands. They're like, wow, where did that come from? In a positive way. They're kind of like looking at this with this energy of she's very in tune, she's very intuitive, she's connected to spirit, but she's very connected to her energy too. Super focused, able to share fire. I don't know, are you a fire sign, Mia? This fire energy of expression and gets things done. Walks into a room and people notice. It's like there's this fire energy that comes in, and they're like, wow, okay. They did not expect that. It's interesting, and, I don't know how they missed it all this time because I really feel you are someone who's true to yourself, but maybe you did dim your light a little bit because you didn't wanna burn them right off the bat, right? You wanted to slowly increase the heat maybe? So, we definitely have that here. Um we definitely have that. Hey, Nicole, thank you for popping in here. Yeah, if you rewind, you actually were the second reading in this session. So, sending you lots of love. And I did do your reading. Um, so yeah, definitely if you rewind, just rewind to the beginning. Um, and there was two donations. There was one right before yours came in, and so you're the second one. So definitely check that out, and let me know if you have any questions on it. And again, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. Sorry, Mia Mia. So, oh, you're a Libra. Maybe you got fire, a lot of fire in your chart or something, because you do have the Three of Pentacles, which is all about being true to my authentic self. And this is you speaking your truth. And the Two of Wands. This energy comes in too with you about there's this energy of, you know, the, wherever you invest your energy is what expands and grows. So if you focus on your fears, that influences the relationship as well as them. You know, when there's a relationship, not one person controls it. It's the energy you both pour into it, right? So you're only responsible for your next actions, which is where you invest in your energy. You know, like where are you focusing on your, gratitude and joy and love and all of that? Or are you looking at your fears, right? Because if we focus on our fears, what we feel is going to leave our lives, or what we hate in our lives, or what we feel is missing, that grows and expands. And so I feel like they're saying with this speaking your truth and being true to your authentic self that, continue with this, Queen of Wands. I'm going to invest my energy in what I want to grow. And if they don't do on their part, well, then, you can do what you want with it. Right. I do see here, we're going to, that we went from, you know, one, two, and now you have three cards. But the middle thing is about really being true to your authentic self and what you want to do and how you want to invest your energy in each moment, because you're the co-creator of your life with the creator, and in partnership it's the co-creation with them, with energy they're putting in, but you're only responsible for what you're putting in here. I do feel though, with you sharing this, there are future actions that are coming in here. Got the Page of Pentacles, which opens up new opportunities. I feel like they're going to share their emotions here. Queen of Cups, they have deep, deep emotions here. And the Ten of Cups, which is overflowing emotion, very happy and very, um, you know, um, positive with the Ten of Cups, right? It comes after the Nine of Cups. You're filling up with love on the inside, and all this energy is unfolding. Very positive next future actions. And I feel like they're going to share their emotions with you. I just feel like they kind of were in shock a little bit here because they were like, I don't feel like they're just like, wow, where did that come from? And they needed time to process. They needed time to, share and unfold and see that. Yeah, it is. It is, and we're afraid that, well, if I share my truth, they'll leave. If they do, then that's the truth we needed to hear. And then that opens us up um, to have someone who loves and appreciates us for our authentic self, not um, trying to make us be who they want us to be. When we're able to just be true to our authentic selves and be the bright us, and we draw someone to us for being ourselves, one, you don't have to remember now who I was to them. Whoops, wasn't supposed to be that bright. They caught me being bright again. You don't have to worry about that. So I like it. I like it. So that's what's coming in, Mia Mia. So I like. I feel like it's going to end up being positive here, like one way or another, right? I just feel like, but I feel like it's them that they're just taken aback and that they're waking up and going, "Okay, you know what? You're right." And I like how truthful they were, so I'm going to be truthful. And I feel they're going to put their emotions out there, their deep emotions, and so allow them to be themselves too, right? So hey, Nicole. Well, I did get your Venmo donation, and so um, and it was around probably about 15 minutes in, maybe, because I tried to look at it to because I had a feeling that we might need to know around where it was at. So if you go to like 15 minutes into the video, you should see your reading around there. I think it's a little after the 15-minute mark, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just tell you here. Let me scroll, scroll, scroll. Oops, things have disappeared. Yeah, I can't see who it was now. Before. So I think you were before infinity is one, I believe, but I can't see the original donation anymore. I think. Oh, you know why? Because it was on PayPal over here. Duh, duh. Yeah, it was Aranza. So Aranza was up first, and then you, and then yeah, and then you there. All right. So hopefully that helps. All right. And so thank you again, Mia Mia, for your donation. And we're moving on to Katie P. Hey, Katie P, thank you for your donation. You're just tired. I'm just tired. Can I just have some advice about Jordan at this point, please? I feel ya. I feel ya. So sorry, Katie. Sending you a big hug. So let's take a look here. And then Courtney, you'll be up next after that. Oh, not at all. Trust me. I dated the same person in 5 different bodies. So there is never any judgment for me. Yeah. Well, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Well, we definitely I see here the fear of losing here with the tower. We're always afraid. When's the foot gonna drop? When are they gonna leave? When am I gonna be separated? When is the tower gonna be struck by lightning and burned down again, right? Because we've experienced a lot of loss and abandonment in our lives, which makes sense why the Six of Pentacles is here, because this is the the comes right after the Five of Pentacles, which is the abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, this feelings of lack, and the Six of Pentacles comes in. This is like our codependency awareness card, right? And I don't know if I've I might have mentioned it. If I have, my apologies. But they're the 6 of Pentacles. I do have a video series called Take 10 with Zen, that comes out every week, and the playlist is in the description box of the video, or if you go to my main page, it's up there. But episodes 4 and 5 do, show us our, these forest fields that keep love and things from getting to us, right? Even though consciously I want love from someone, I want a promotion, I want a job, whatever it is in our life that consciously I'm like, no, no, I do want love. And like, well, love isn't coming. Why? I want it. Well, our little inner child, which the Six of Pentacles talks about, that's that out of balance giving and receiving that we learned when we were young, that we have to give so much to receive so little, whoever, whatever, parent, grandparent, whoever it was. But if you take a look at the Take 10 with Zen episodes 4 and 5, I think it's 5, but both of them are helpful. They're 10 minutes or less anyway. But it talks about how to look, bring that up, and some tools on releasing and correcting, or not even correcting, it's just because it's been in there on purpose up to this moment, and we transform it into something more equal, and then these forest fields come down, and then the love that we were really looking for, the things we really want, are what come in. um yeah, right. Well, that's what I always say is, well, if you think that you can find someone better than me, go enjoy, you deserve them. Yeah. So did you do the process? Did you bring it up and see who it was and do the forgiveness, um, and the changing of those things? Because, you know, of course, doing it is what's important. So, we definitely have that. I mean, we got the Queen of Cups here. Yeah. And the Queen of Cups is about subconscious. She dives deep into the low, the stuff that's down there and this transformation that's there. And, if there's this, it's the trueness of the transformation, the true forgiveness, the true release of these individuals. Like you said, it's your mom and dad. It wasn't for me, my mom and dad too. And I had to see them turn into little children, and I had to see them have um, the lives they had with their parents, and then their parents shrink to little children who then also had to, um, I saw all the lives and how every generation was just passing on what they knew, and it just was this wow. So they did, I actually had to, I admitted, I go, they did pretty good with what they had there. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. You know, my mom was the oldest of 10. I'm like, she was raising children since she was a toddler. She was being a mom, right? Yeah. And so, there's this energy in here. Um, so, when we're looking at releasing those things, did we truly release? Are we truly forgiving our parents? Are we truly releasing those things? But ultimately, coming back to fears here, and I'm sorry, I know you're wanting answers. I see you there, but I got to finish going through their messages first, and then we'll get on to your the other thing. Sorry. The Justice card here is the balancing. Here's the Ace of Swords, which balances our fears with seeing things from a higher perspective, right? And one of the big things with both of these cards coming in together is, we're getting to the root of what are my fears. And my fear is, if my fear is being abandoned and being left behind, it's like, well, what definition? We're taught that, right? This balancing of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. We're taught when people leave us, that means we're a loser and we don't, we have all this stuff, right? That's what we're taught. It's because you aren't good enough to keep them. I learned over time, after the first couple heartbreaks of like, I'm never going to find love again. And that's our fear. And then eventually, number four, I'm going to find love again. And and then five, oh, I found love again. Eventually it's not a fear anymore. It's not a fear of losing. It's a fear of finding more love. But we work through it all because we realize ultimately it's the fear of rejection. But when we turn inward and upward, that's what this, Six of Pentacles is about too, is finding our worth from on the inside, not from the outside, right? We don't, when we define ourselves by other people's actions or non actions, words or non words, we feel unstable. That's where our fear comes in. But when we truly look at that fear of abandonment and we realize, one of the big things that helped me was when actually, I'd gotten a letter from my dad when I was, gosh, was like 17, 18. They were divorcing. He had already moved away. I wrote him a letter about God. And, I was really excited about where I was in my life with God. And he told me to keep that between me and God. His relationship with God is with him because he wasn't in that place at that time. And pretty much told me to keep it to myself. And I was like, oh, I wanted my dad to accept that. Even though I wasn't close with him, this was like, I thought, this is going to be it. This is going to connect us. And no. But in that moment, I felt the creator go, I'm your father. You can just throw that. There's a trash can like right next to me. And I was like, oh. And he goes, I'm your father. And I'm like, oh, okay. Psh, and I put that down there. And when, things unfolded with mother, they're like, "I'm your mother." And I'm like, "Oh, you're my everything." And like, "Yeah, and I love you unconditionally, eternally, never." And so when you replace these human characters with the true mother and father of all things, and they're your best friend, they're everything, then everyone else becomes extra and we don't fear as much because we're not expecting them to be something they can't be for us. They become above and beyond extra. That's when we're talking about, we've talked a lot here on the channel about, the cutting away. It starts off like this, where it's out of balance, right? It's up here and down here. And it's out of balance because there's so many fears and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and stuff in our lives, and we're taught you must obey to avoid punishment, right? But eventually, as we connect to the capital T truths of how unconditionally loved we are, we just stop expecting things of people because they will constantly disappoint us. The outside world can't give us the love that we're hungering and searching for because we find that in here. We find that deep within our own heart. And then everyone else on the outside is above and beyond extra, and it transforms our world. When we're looking to the world to fulfill us, it's a disappointing, lacking world. When we find what we're looking for on the inside and we fill up and overflow, then the world becomes an overflowing, abundant, and we're grateful for so many things. But when we're judging ourselves and judging others for falling short, what a wonderful life that is, right? And it does, like, it exhausts us. We so many roles, so many different roles from so many different people. But when we return to the capital T truth, it's one truth. I am unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things, our creator. This is who I am. This is what defines me. Everything else is just extra. It changes. It just changes your world. It brings in this new energy. It allows you to have all that energy that you were investing trying to please everyone and control everyone in the outside world. Because by golly, when I had myself under a long list of rules, I was making sure everyone else, was also obeying it, because if I have to, you have to too. But when I released myself, there was a party because I released everyone else from it as well. Yeah, exactly. I hear you. And it takes time, but all that energy comes back to us here, and the Four of Wands is joy and celebration. The more we focus our energy on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, that grows and that expands. But the more we focus on our fears, the things that we fear we'll miss, or, that we're missing in our life, the things we fear will leave our life or come into our life or that we hate in our life. It's like a little kid going into a donut shop, the little glass case, and it's pointing at all this stuff, all these donuts. And so baker is madly putting all of them in a box to give them to him. And they give the box of donuts to the little kid. And the kid's like, I hate these. I'm like, why were you pointing at them all? Well, I was pointing at all the stuff I hate. And they're like, well, I'll tell you what, instead of pointing at what you hate, point out everything you love, and I'll bring you more of that rather than what you don't want, right? And so there's this, beautiful transformation that comes in here. Like whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And, you know, Jordan is just like you said, you have it written on a mirror, but they're a mirror for us. Every one of our relationships, they were showing me what I wanted to see about myself until I saw it. A lot of it had to do with unworthiness, right? Um, you know, being cheated on. Let me see, I'm gonna go through each one. So being cheated on, being being poorly treated, and you feeling like I'm being used for my money and my worth, and being talked down to, um, and then feeling not good enough, not being chosen, kind of being cheated on in a way. And then the last one really was a big thing of um, trying to be fit in between the important things. Each one of them showed me who I how I was treating myself, because I was cheating on myself with them because I was looking for my self-worth out there, not in here. And I was like, oh, well, that explains a lot. And the things that people were telling me, I believed them, and it's because there were things that I was whispering to myself about my own worth. And the last one was pretty eye-opening because I was doing my inner work toward the end of number 5, and I was like, yeah, I go, how am I trying to fit myself in between the important things? Meaning, I didn't think I was important. I wasn't important to me. I was diminishing. I was trying to fit myself in between someone else's life instead of saying, this is my life. This is who I'm going to be. And people can be a part of it, but I'm not giving it up for everyone else anymore. And that's what I feel like a lot of this energy is coming in here. Yeah. Yeah, really, Katie, I feel like that's up to you, right? Um, it's like, when will the light of love shine on my street? Well, that's when we recognize our self-love, because that's where the love comes from. That's the love that we're searching for. And you can leave Jordan, but you're going to find Jordan in Jordan 3.0, Jordan 4.0, Jordan 5.0, like I did, because wherever we go, there we are. That's what I found. And I'm like, oh, so this is, I'm looking for my worth out here, and I'm going to feel worth less until I look in here. And then I find my love and I become the love of my life. It's like I finally found the one um, that I've been looking for, and it seems to be going great. It's me. you know, I love myself, and I truly do. And when you do, then you don't you allow people to be themselves. You don't need anything from people. You want relationship and stuff, but they will always fall short when you're looking for them to be the completion of us. We find the completion in ourselves, then above and beyond extra changes everything. It changes how we perceive love in the outside world too. It becomes a place of so happy, so grateful, to all of that. What do you say to yourself? What do you? Because it's they're not the problem. We're the problem if we're looking at problems, because there is really no problems. So where's the source of my unhappiness and my unlovingness? It's in here, not out there. They can't give you what you need to find inside you. So what you can tell Jordan is, I love you. And you let them be who they are. They allow you allow them to give you whatever they're able to give, because it's not what you need anyway. They only can give you. It's like, I think, have we talked about the 10-course meal? And this is good for everyone. 10-course meal. We are looking, our heart is looking for this 10-course meal with 2 desserts. All the world outside can only offer us 3rd dessert, 4th dessert, 5th dessert. It's a giant dessert bar, but there's no food. There's no 10-course meal out there. It's only dessert. And it's 3rd dessert. You have to have 1st and 2nd dessert first before you can have the 3rd desserts and everything. So we turn inward and upward, and we're like, oh, here is the, the buffet table, this banquet table of the 10-course meal. Oh, and we fill up with that. And then, you know, Jordan brings 3rd dessert, 4th dessert, 5th dessert, and you're like, thank you. I appreciate that. I can always make room for more dessert. But if they're like, no, I'm not going to give you your dessert, you're like, good. I'm okay. I was full anyway. So I'm good because I'm full. We don't look at it as like we're starving to death and we have no food and we're looking at that dessert as our only sustenance. We have all this meal inside of us. So that's like the advice that Spirit has, is like, let go of all expectations of anyone and anything in the outside world, which is the justice card. Just knock everything off of it and turn in here and go, this is where I have it. It's freeing because you can just let everything be what it is, because everything is perfect out here. It just doesn't match up to our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. Um, and if you have a chance to check out Byron Katie, life changing, because she helps us learn to love what is, because we realize, oh, everything is a mirror for me anyway, and so it's perfect out there. It just, my mind battles against it. Reality and our thoughts and beliefs of what we think things should be battle reality, and when it doesn't match up, it's like when our thoughts battle reality, they lose, but only 100% of the time. That's what Byron Katie says, and it's so perfect, but it's freeing. And that's the battle you have, is inside here and inside here. It's not with Jordan. It's not with any person or situation in the outside world. Because if you ever see those Instagram memes where there's a cat or a dog barking or hissing at themselves in the mirror, that's the perfect reflection of our lives. We're like, wow, why are they being that way? Why are they why are you pointing at me? It's like, no, it's you. You're pointing at yourself, you know. So I know that you're on this on the verge of freedom, Katie. So just know you're almost to this place of where you can just relax and breathe, and you'll feel the weight of the world fall off your shoulders. Um, so hang in there, hang in there. That's what they have for you right now. And heart goes out to you. I know I've been through it, been through it, and so I send you a lot of love and blessings, and thank you for your donation once again. Try rewinding and re-listening to what I've mentioned there, because I feel like you're um, where the energy in right now might have some fear attached to it, which makes it hard. So take several breaths and come back to this place and re-listen to it, and see what you pick up from Spirit coming in there, because it's not leaving him. Um, it's not necessarily that, because unless you're not going to date anyone else, because if you leave him and then you want to go find someone else, you're just going to find Jordan again, right? So if you step away to find your own love and don't try to find it in the outside world, that is the journey. And then when you're ready to test it, then then we will do that thing, right? Mhm. Or do your own thing, and if you enjoy his company, try not to expect anything of him, and you can enjoy his company. Let's let him be extra above and beyond if you want, if you enjoy their company. And if not, if you're like, "Meh, I can take it or leave it," then you can take it or leave it, right? But, you are who you're looking for anyway. So, that's I usually tell my friends too is, why are you cheating on yourself with them?" "What?" It's like, "Yeah, you're, trying to define yourself by them. Find it in here." So, hang in there, my dear. All right. So let me get moving here. Courtney Cooper, thank you for your donation. And let's take a look here and see what we have. You're very welcome, Katie. All right. So let's take a look here and see. Love reading for September. What does Spirit want you to know? All right, we're going to switch up cards here. Those were telling me they want to break. So we're moving into the round tarot. See what we got going on here. General love reading for September. Okay. All right. So 331, 331, three cards, and one card. All right. Wow. Looks like here you've been waiting for a little bit, and here it comes. All right. So, Courtney, September looks really good for you. You got the lover's card. Boom, right off the bat, first card. So we can stop there. You're like, okay, we're done. Yay. But, and it's not but, it's and got the magician card. So there is this energy, this movement that's coming in here, bringing in new opportunities too with this Ace of Pentacles. So the magician card, it just feels like you've been doing this focus, like you've been focusing on what you're grateful for. You've been focusing on the positive things. It feels like you've been doing the daily stuff to release old emotions and thoughts that no longer serve you because you're wanting to raise your love vibration. You're wanting something new that you haven't had, and you're letting things go. And that's what I see coming in here because we've got the Seven of Pentacles, which this is the long wait that's been going on, but it's also there's a Zen saying that's coming in here, which is chop wood and carry water. You've been doing the daily tasks with this unfolding here, with the Page of Swords, cutting away your fears, connecting to higher ways of thinking around a relationship and love, and a lot of freedom coming in. And here it comes. Here comes this energy. It's going to come swiftly out of nowhere, unexpectedly, right? Expect the unexpected. But there is this passion that comes out of nowhere. It's like, wow, it's kind of like when I stop looking for love and I focus on myself, bam, here it comes. And because you're finding this Ace of Pentacles shows that you are finding this love within. This is the seeing things from you know, a a different perspective, our relations of our worth in relation to the outside world in a different way. So I like this. I love this change, this transformation that's coming in here. And you end up, with the Six of Wands, which is equal passion, three on either side, but it's victory as well. So it just feels like a kudos. And it's like, here comes the reward that's coming in here. Um, with the love, an extra love above and beyond. Yeah, yep, here it comes. Yeah, because you've been connecting with your higher self and finding your inner love, there's this again, a new passion that's ignited because of it. You're filling up from the inside, going out, and it's activating this just beautiful energy of feeling overflowing with it. And I like it. The two completed it. So you have 333 instead of 331 coming in here now. But I like this. It's just, you've got both of these connecting with your higher self here, and the energy and the power of your higher self that's allowing this passion to come in, because you it's like we were just talking with Katie, you found the love inside of you, and now it's filling up and overflowing, and it's drawing in something that's of a higher vibrational love level. Instead of doing what you've always done and get what you always got, you're having something new and more beautiful that's coming in for you here. So I love this for you, Courtney. September feels like a very, very positive month for you. So enjoy that for sure. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Courtney. And again, thank you so much for your donation. All right. Hey, Nicole. Oh, yeah, I hear you, Nicole. Sounds like it's stubborn, right? If you haven't had a chance to listen to my Take 10 with Zen series, it's a good playlist. There's some great tools in there too about releasing some stuff. And also have because there's the Take 10 with Zen, and then there's a U times 2, which is a video series from last year. But it's all about connecting more and more to our higher selves, which gives us more power to help, transform these the childhood traumas, right? It's all about transformation. We can't delete them. We are only able to transform them because it's energy. The energy is always going to exist, but it's about transforming energies, with all of that. Yeah, and if you haven't had, always said, like you said, how to rise above it for a time, but it's about transforming it so you don't have to rise above it. It's like you embrace it and move through it, and it transforms into something different that's not evil, feeling that doesn't feel evil or painful or uncomfortable, right? So definitely check those out if that resonates, Nicole. Or that book too by Louise Hay is pretty awesome too, if that resonates. All right, you're very welcome, Courtney. Okie dokie. And then I do have another donation coming in here. Hey, love 1234. Hello, hello. All right. Oh, I see a TMI. I don't know if I want to read this or not. All right. So thank you for your donation. Let's take a look here. So you have three questions here. I have had a great day. It's been busy and beautiful and in wonderful, beautiful, busy ways. All right. So number one. All right. Pachoo! That's my Yoshi sound. Pachoo! All right. So how is that going to be with Cutie Pie there? And then number two. Whoa, sure. Cards are flying out everywhere. What will it be? All right. And number three. Oh. What are you holding on to, right? Sometimes it's emotional. At least that was the case with my host. Not to be TMI, but as soon as they realized a lot of stuff they were holding on to, things in their entire life began to flow. All right. So number one, let's take a look here. All right. Wow. 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 Lot of a lot of talking. Wow. Okay. So I like this. Ultimately, it ends up victory and equal passions on either side. Six of wands, three on each side. Um, but here's all the talking. You got the page of wands, the page of swords, the ace of swords, and the five of swords, which I know at first it's like, It's like this, especially if it's before next Friday. Be very aware of being argumentative because we're in Mercury retrograde, which communication can be a bit staticky and unclear. So just be clear in your thinking. Think before you speak. It'll avoid conflict. But if any conflicts arise, just talk it out and things transform. But definitely, there's a lot of communication, a lot of deep. It's almost like get in some deep conversations about life and death or I mean, it just feels like, wow, we went really deep. I just feel like there's some deep, deep, great conversations here. Just be aware of it. It comes out great, 6 of wands. So, I like it. I know. What? Blah, blah, blah. No, not about, "Hey, let's have a death pact together," just about life and afterlife and life in general, some deep subjects, not shallow conversations, but you get into some deep, um, really, really, interesting conversations. Be open-minded with where they're coming from and look at that they have something that you can learn. There's something you can learn from them. They will learn from you, but there's something you can learn from them, so be open-minded going, tell me more about that. Oh, wow, really? Yeah. Yeah. All right, and then number two. Well, so when your next role here, up to you. You've got the power of choice coming in here. Close your eyes and open your heart. When you get out of your head and into your heart, then that's when the next role starts. I made a little rhyme. So get out of your head and into your heart, and that's when your next job and role starts. And what it'll be like here? It feels very. You feel independent, and you feel very full and complete. And this, I don't feel like it's because you make a lot of money. Not like, "Oh, wow, I've got this job and I'm making buku bucks." Whatever the job is, because I feel like you're closing your eyes and opening your heart, it feels abundant because you're doing stuff you love and enjoy. Because you can get paid a lot of money and hate your job every day, and then, you spend all your money on your health because you hate what you do, right? So there is this, closing your eyes and opening your heart and follow that. Um, yeah, because I feel like this has some to do with question number 3 too. Yeah. Could it be stress related? Maybe. We've got letting go of all the expectations. This is the flow. All the stuff is stuck here, and that's what's keeping things from moving forward, right? But we've got here, if you look at the justice card, the ace of swords, the search for the ace of swords, the higher truth. All of this is about letting fears and expectations go. And there's just a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, and that it's our norm. It's what we keep reverting back to, right? So we have all the stuff, all the stuff, all the stuff. Um, yeah, and there's one of the expectations: need, supposed to, should, have to, must. The control. How much of the control are we holding on to? Right. We've got the dream come true with the star card, right? But it also is about balancing chakras. The 7 stars are the balance of the chakras. Um, search YouTube. um, yeah, no, I feel like it's stress related. This is a no. This is stress related. So, um, and uh, yeah, well, we you asked, "Will it help?" But they're like, "No, it's all stress related." So it doesn't get things, it doesn't change things. What I feel like with all of this is it's about relaxation and letting go. And if you search YouTube for chakra balancing, like search chakra balancing for all chakras. There'll be a video with music at certain frequencies. Can be just follow your heart with what comes up, but it's going to be yeah, the megahertz, different kinds with the balancing of the chakras and the music, because it's going to help relax and balance things. It's going to bring in the flow of energy and the calmness. That's going to release the stress. That's going to release things. And even search one about flow, energetic flow, because I feel like that is such an important piece. Um, Maybe letting go, because that's the biggest thing is the control. I'm holding on tight to things. And because I'm trying to control things outside of my control, that's where a lot of the, you know, comes from, right? We're holding on to everything for dear life because I'm afraid. And it's like if you ever have like a cat that just is scared, so it's claws in and it's not letting go. It's like, I need you to let go. You're hurting me, you know. So I like it. Absolutely. And thank you so much for your donation. I really, really appreciate that. And best of luck. I'll send you some energy too. I'm sending it right now. So allow the energy. Absolutely. Many, many blessings to you. All right. So we had left off at the top with Dijona. I guess we didn't get in very far, did we? So Dijona, love reading, and I'm going to be on for about 45 minutes or so more. So we should be able to try to get through some more free readings here. So thank you guys for your patience. This is my living, and this is how I live and survive. So wow, love reading. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Wow. So yeah, we definitely have some action head in this way. With the chariot card is movement and victory, power of choice, which we'll come back to here in a sec. But you've got not divine counterparts necessarily, because they're not the same suit. But the king here, you've got double water here. This is the Queen of Cups. So, of course, I feel like would be you, someone who's very in tune and empathic, and you feel people's emotions. And you have a nice um, earth um, earth sign that's coming in here with air that helps. It's like almost opposites attract in a way, and it's cool. I like it because there's a good balance that comes in here, with all of this here. So I like it because you are able to express your emotion. They're grounded and they're intelligent and they can use a pull to the middle to have some emotion, to be able to express more. Not that they don't feel emotion, they just don't express it. And then they can pull you a little bit in grounding, and their energy helps ground you too, which is great. I like this. So definitely, that power of choice coming in, allow yourself to make decisions outside of the norm, what you've been taught, the supposed to, should, need to, have to, must around love is, because basically the chariot is saying that you are the one that gets to choose the story, the emotion, the energy, and the physical action, not what everyone's popular opinion was given to you all of your life. So I like this for you. Um, so definitely be open to new possibilities, people, situations that are not the normal way, right? We might sometimes we have a type, sometimes this is how we meet people, blah, blah, blah. Just be open. Know the what, but let the universe bring the who and the how because they'll bring it in the perfect way. And I like this because this is like opposites. You're like, really? That person who's, this earthy, grounded, mental person, an intellectual, kind of are they it's like, not to disrespect engineers, but I worked around a lot of engineers and IT people in my corporate life, and I'm like, there's a reason why they enjoy their job and working alone because they don't like communicating and sharing emotion with people, but they can, because I met engineers and people who could, so there's a capacity there, but this outside of the norm is what I feel is coming in. So that's what they have for you, Dijana. Hopefully that makes sense. So many blessings to you. All right, and Shay B, you're up next. So David's current feelings and intentions towards you. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Tensions. Oh, okay. And feelings. Well, we got the feelings that are here. So we've got these, they see that there's this attraction between the two of you, emotions. So there are this, they see it as an important relationship in their life. Their intentions are pretty unsure. Not that they're shady, but because they've got so many of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are self deceptive. I don't feel like they can show who they truly are because they don't trust who they truly are yet. They don't know who they are. They have a lot of these self-defeating, self-sabotaging type of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that activate. And because of that, they I just feel like they have hesitancy in moving forward in anything because they know that they go, every time I get into a relationship, I sabotage it. I do something because I'm scared. And I feel like they're understanding that and they're learning that, but they're not there yet. So just know that you're like, okay, I do want you to learn that first because I don't want you to try to sabotage a relationship if it, proceeds into one. Or if you've had one and it's happening right now, you're like, "Oh, this is why it's happening." It can help you, but, that's what they want you to know right now regarding their current feelings and intentions towards you. I feel like they are working on themselves first because they don't wanna flub it up. So, alright. So that is what they have there. No, Alexis, I don't think I've gotten to yours yet. Where are you? Oh, no, now I see it. No, you're about 6 or 7 away. All right, so Daisy, you are up. Hello, hello. So to oh, here we go. You're back in school, and the cat mind is scaring you. You're funny. The cat's looking at me. No, you're so funny. So let's take a look here. Two exams, and you're wondering if you'll get A's in them. So confidence in yourself, staying out of fear, right? That's the big thing is breathing exercises, focusing on the positives. And we can see here. Yeah. Um, so we have the Mother Luna energy coming in here for one of the exams. And this is maybe this has to do with your psychology because it's about the subconscious. Mother Luna looking out for you here. As long as you stay calm and collective, you'll do well on it because you'll be able to access your subconscious and be able to access all the information you've been studying. And look, the dogs can keep the cat away. So as long as you, stay calm and remain, do your breathing exercises when you go into the test, you can access the beautiful brain of yours, right? The other one, You think you fail. I'm just kidding. Look at that. You almost had a heart attack. The 7 of Pentacles is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. This is keep studying, keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be fine and you'll get the fruition of it. This just feels like it's taking forever to study for whatever the second exam is, but just keep doing the daily because that's like chop wood, carry water, keep doing the daily studying, keep reviewing the second stuff, and you'll be fine. So I like those. All right. So that's what we have there. And then Lydia, you are up next. I actually I have that somewhere. Here we are. So Lydia, I actually did answer that question in last evening's. So here is the link to the YouTube video and the timestamp. I also have it in the comments of that video. Just for the sake of time, I try not to repeat readings if Spirit reminds me of them, and I do that. So if you want to check that out, they have your information there. They went in pretty deep in that too. So be sure to check that out. So that's where you can find your answers there. And then Jennifer Simpson, you are up next. So will you start to see results from the chant financially in this month? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah. Yeah, we do see here we've got meditation and ace of I'm sorry, page of pentacles, which is new abundance coming in. So the chanting, the meditation, the calming, the peaceful mind, the stability of the mind, doing that, yeah, brings that in here. So you're going to start to see the results come in this month. I like it. Can't make that up. I love it. All right. So many blessings to you, Jennifer. That's your quick answer. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. And then Shloka Sancher, is there any solid future with P other than friendship? All right. Let's take a look here and see what spirit. All right. Well, we've got this equal passion here. It's victory. It's being seen. But I feel like here, Uh, with the star card, this is about dreams come true and different things like that. I feel like more that you ride off into something here, um, something that is other, like there's a different future, a different dream come true, a different wish upon a star that comes to fruition. I feel like there's this equal passion here. I just feel like there's someone here that's supporting you on your path to a bigger dream. Um, so I don't feel like it goes beyond friendship here. I feel like they'll be someone that will support you like through thick and thin, but I don't feel like it goes beyond that in this lifetime. Perhaps there's something left over from a past lifetime or something, but not in this lifetime. All right. And that's what they have for you, Shloka. So many blessings to you. All right. Yeah. So boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Right. Yeah. And you're on day 4, which is the 4 of Swords. That's not great. I love it. Confirmations. All right. And spiritual love, anything you need to know. Let's take a look here. All right. Okay. Wow. Yeah. You've got some energy coming in here. I mean, you've got this kind of this nudging to your higher self here because one, well, you have your higher self right here with the magician card, which is all this energy of bringing in this love from above through you and into the world. The moon, lunar energy, again, spiritual energy, connecting emotionally to the higher realms. And it's like, I feel like spiritual love, which what a great, name for all this, because this is the stuff of the outside world that hasn't brought emotional fulfillment. Here you're being offered the higher love. This is the chalice of who you are, and spirit comes in and fills you up and overflows out to the world. I just feel like the energy here, what you need to know is that you do have a special purpose. We all come down here for the experience of feeling the opposites of who we're not, so we understand more fully who we are. So we're all on this journey, but we all are multitaskers too. And you do have this purpose, this unique way of how you want to bring your unconditional love and passion into the world in your own unique way. And you're never too old, you're never too young. The timing is never right in the human mind, but the time is now for you to show and connect with that passion and discover what it is. It's a scavenger hunt. If you don't know what it completely is right now, it's okay. You're on this path and being nudged to really spend some time looking into different modalities, different ways of expressing your love, even journaling. When were the last 5 times that I felt overflowing joy in my life? And what situations were they? And can I do more of that? And is that my dream? That kind of helps us too. So I feel like that's what's coming in for you right now. Spiritual love. So many blessings to you. Yeah, Queen, go into your high temple, connect to spirit, check below, and check down below. High priestess come flying out. Right, I'm just gonna close my blind here. It's getting darker and darker, earlier and earlier. We're getting closer to fall here. All right. And then Felicia, hello, hello. Thank you so much for the reminders of the thumbs up. I really appreciate um, you doing it yourself and for encouraging others because when you give me a thumbs up on the video, it does help spread the Zen love, something that everyone can do that's for free, but it does make a big difference. It encourages and excites YouTube algorithms to send my videos out to other people, so we help spread the Zen love so you can be part of the love tsunami. So thank you guys, whoever has done that. Thank you. And Felicia. All right, Felicia. So, what questions will they ask you on the interview? No cheating. No cheating. Let's see what they have here. Yeah. Number one, will you go out with me? No, I'm just kidding. So, they have, oh, wow. So, emotional I want to say emotional intelligence questions, but it is how you handle your emotions comes up. I feel like it's I forget the name of the behavioral interviewing. I feel on here is coming up because it's like one thing, share your passion, of life and what you want to do. Don't hold back. Just be you. Shine your passion, shine your brightness is with this card. This one's telling me that it is behavioral interviewing, which is all about things like and I used to prep my reps for interviewing, and I used to do a ton of interviewing of new employees too, over my 20 plus years at this corporation. And so it's questions of, it's just be prepared. Think of examples of times where, a customer was upset about a company policy. How did you handle it? Did you empathize and go, yeah, our company sucks? Or did you um, that's apathize. Empathy is, "Oh, I understand where you're coming from. Let me see what we can do for you. What if someone wanted you to do something outside of guidelines? How did you handle that? How did you help up here learn and grow? What did you do? Like when someone you found someone doing something wrong? How did you handle that? Um, you know, um, when is the last time you had a disagreement with one of your supervisors? And it's all about, they want to know how you interact, how you behave, how you um, you know deal with people, and just answer honestly. Don't try to fake it, because the interview is a conversation. That's what I used to tell my reps, because I had several of them that would freak out about an interview, and I said, I interviewed so many people, and I interviewed a lot too, that I was like, "It's a conversation, you are interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you because you're making sure, is this a company I wanna work for?" So I'm also looking at you guys. And so you can even have some questions. Yeah, I was wondering, so how do you guys handle this? Do you guys do background checks on other people? Because I don't want to work with, no, I'm just kidding. But those are some things, Felicia. Hopefully that helps there. But just be true to your passion and you. Um, Try not to fear. When we focus on our fear, what happens? We freeze. That's why we have interview anxiety, um, why we have stage fright, test anxiety. I've talked about all of them today because I had someone earlier today about stage fright. It's like, yeah, that's what happens when we fear an outcome. So what? What if someone doesn't hire us? So what if someone doesn't like us? So what if you can give someone the world, they can still choose to be upset or not like us. And it's okay. Be you, and you're going to find the perfect company that accepts you for you. And that's where you want to work, not one that makes you try to be someone you're not. Right. So that's what's coming in, Felicia. So hang in there, be you. If someone doesn't want to hire you, then we don't want them to be anyway, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do your best. That's exactly right. Yeah, Janet, you're still on the list. You're just a little ways away yet here. So, Doll Face Diva, you'd like a general for the week. And let's see what we got here. Whoa. Wow, you are having some shaking, some rattling, some rolling to do here with thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and attitudes and expectations. The devil card is Saturn, Capricorn energy, which is the shaking up of all these beliefs, the supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, all this stuff. And it's like exhausting where you're getting closer and closer to this point. I mean, literally, I feel like you're at the point of like, I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired of living up to everyone else's expectations and who they think they're supposed to be. And I'm ready to ride away for my own truths here with the capital T truth this night, searching after higher truth, cutting away these fears, cutting away these all these roles of society, of family, of jobs, of religions and spirituality, and there's just so many roles everywhere. It gets exhausting, and we're like, "I'm just tired. I'm gonna be me." Um, you know, "Viva la," whatever whatever revolution, the revolution, the rebelling against um and not just rebelling for the sake of rebelling, but rebelling because it's like it's not what I want, and I'm going to believe what I want to believe, my thoughts, my beliefs, my mindsets, no one else's. I get to choose. There's this freedom that comes up here. I feel like this general for next week, there's just so many people demanding so many things that you don't have to do it. You never have to do anything you don't want to do. I feel like this week is a big power of no classroom for you coming up. So that's what they have coming in here for you. So many blessings to you. And then Crystal Pickett, hello. Will you get a job where it is remote? All right, let's take a look here. See what we have here. Well, you do have movement here. We've got balancing of heart and mind, and then movement here of happiness here. I feel like with this combination, I feel like you get a job where first it's not remote, like you have to go in for a certain amount of time to learn. And then once they feel confident, you know what you're doing, like this is for everyone, not you specifically, but it's what they do. They bring people in. You have to go into work, but once they feel you have this balancing, then you can stay at home in your own chair. That's what I get with that. Your spirit guides are funny, but that's what they have here is you find a job that offers remote, but you have to kind of not prove yourself, but just meet certain criteria before they let you work from home. So that's what I feel is coming in, Crystal. So many blessings to you. I like it. All right, I'm going to be on for about 15 more minutes. Ah, very cool. I like it. So hopefully I'll see how many more I have and if I'll get through everyone here. So JJJ, oh, guidance. Ooh, look out, everybody. Good thing you're not here. You might lose an eye. Things flying around. All right. So you got guidance coming in here. Wow, I like this. So you really are stepping into your power, JJJ. If you've been wondering, I don't know if I am or not, here you are, King of Wands, which is like your higher self. And you've got the King of Pentacles, which is finding your worth here. So you really are, you've been doing a lot of that work, that inner work, and it is having this movement. These two kings show that you're really stepping into your power because here was the old Five of Pentacles. Here's the Ace of Pentacles, and it's even in the lap of the King of Pentacles, which shows that you're reaching this pivotal point of your worth in relationship to the outside world. So I feel like they said you've been doing work, 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 and it's time just to have a little bit of a breather, a little bit of celebration of the work that you've been doing, the progress that you've been doing, and enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. It's like you get a 15-minute break, but it's a high five and a kudos. It's a validation of the work that you've been doing. So I like that for you. All right, and that's what they have for you, JJJ. All right. And Alexis, we are to you. So, a general for September. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, it's worth waiting for, is what I feel is coming in here. You got the temperance, it's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And that's what happens with tempering in alchemy. It just takes time for it to change from the base lead into gold, but it's worth it. You have the 10 of cups, which is abundance overflowing into your life. So I kind of feel like you can enjoy each of the cups along the way. The destination you can be joyful for, but also be happy with each of the cups as it gets filled up. Don't wait for all 10 cups to be filled up to go, all right, now I can be happy. You can be happy right now with what you have and celebrate each step along the way, each of these levels as it goes back and forth in these cups. Each time it flows into one, it fills it up, and you're like, yes. So I like this kind of, celebrate the moments. Don't just put your contentment and joy when, do it now and celebrate every single step along the way because that's our ability to do here. So I like it. That's what they have coming in for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And Cassaville, actually, I remember you asked that question in another one. They were absolutely yes. So, yes, that's a yes for you, Cassaville. I remember it distinctly. So, that is your answer there, just because we're running out of time. And Mary P, you want to know here your company will work at is restructuring. Will you keep your job? All right, let's take a look here. Wow. Let's see what else here. All right. Well, you've got a new passion here. I almost feel like this is heading off on a new journey, Mary, which you're either going to be offered a new position that is, oh, you're passionate about and you want that there's this freedom, but this full card with it being the first card in the major arcana and this new change coming in. Like I said, it can mean a new change within the company where you get a new position that's like exciting or you don't but you still end up excited and with a new passion. So in either case here, they're not telling me, they're just like, you're going to be fine in either case. You're either going to get a job that you're really excited about within the company with the restructure, or they don't, and you get a like a compensation package, and it allows you to pursue something that's like your dream and you're excited about. But this feels like an adventure you're going on rather than a job. So I like this energy coming in here for you. All righty. All right, we answered that one. We answered that one. All right. So Janet Akkerland. Hello, hello, Janet. All right. So love. You've been a widow for 12 years. Oh, I'm sorry that you're sad, but you're in Sweden. Oh, how beautiful. If you're gonna be sad and lonely, Sweden's a wonderful place for it to be, right? Let's take a look here and see what spirit has here for you. Yeah, I like it here. This is a rebirth coming in here for you because the 10 of swords is, this is where sadness and loneliness comes from, right? We've got all the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, the must be. They're not dead, they're exhausted, trying to live up to what everyone else wants, to be. But there's this knight of swords here, and this has to do with love because that's specifically what you're asking about. And this is about all these rules around love that you've been given all your life. You can let them go. You can, this Knight of Swords is about looking at things from a higher perspective. They take this Ace of Swords and they cut away all of these fears that we have, right? Sadness and loneliness, that's usually the roots of those are fear. And when we are able to release those, we're able to transform those, and we change where we're focusing our energy. Feels like with that 10 of swords, we've been investing so much energy in trying to be what everyone wants us to be, which is the norm of everyone on the planet. But when we get tired of like, I want to be me, and I'm going to be me. And when you do that, this is them saying that you have this this awareness that comes in that allows you to move forward. Because when we have so many restrictions, like this is who I'm supposed to be, they're supposed to be, a relationship is supposed to be, love is supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. When it gets so thin, all that 10 of swords, it's such a tight uh, path. The universe tells us that particular love is on back order for 1,000 years. But if you'll cut away expectations and thoughts and beliefs, allow me, to tell the universe I would like love of a person in the outside world. You trust how and who and when to them because they're perfect, right? They'll bring in something much sooner than 1,000 years. If we remove all those expectations and rules, then we are allowing more of a flow. So that's really what's coming in here right now, Janet. If you want to check out my Take 10 with Zen playlist series. They're videos of 10 minutes or less. I think there's just like 13 of them right now. But it can help bring some perspective in different areas of your life too, that could help bring in things sooner. I know a few of the videos talk about that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Janet. So many blessings to you. And let's see here. We answered those. We answered those. We answered those. All right. So AG. Let me just make sure here where we're at. We answered all of those. Answered all of those. Okay, we got to those and that and that and that. All right, very good. Very good, Janet. All right, very good. So, AG, I am well. I hope you're well. And you want to know, what can you expect from love next week? All right, let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. It's trying to insert an ad. Let me stop that real quick here. All right. and I'm only going to be on for about 5 more minutes. So I'm going to complete AG and then we're going to see where we're at here. But I am going to be headed off to go over to my praying mantis session. So if you'd like to join me for $7.99 a month, you can become a praying mantis member. You have access to the free reading session after every one of my free reading sessions, advanced access to videos that I put out, and then also we have a special Q&A on Thursday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time where we do more readings. We ask about me, we ask about spirit, we pull past life readings, oracle cards, and a bunch of other things. So if you want to join us there, you can do that. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then I won't be back on until next Friday morning. All right. But I do have 50% off all of my personal readings. So you can always um, purchase one of those readings. All the pricing is in the description box of the video as well. Wow, what can you expect from love this week, this next week? You got a little bit of temperance going on here, AG. It's slowness, patience. Yay! Because there's some balancing going on here. There's this back and forth energy, with both of these, the cups here and the two of pentacles. So it's trusting the cycles, trusting things are unfolding on purpose, for a purpose here, because ultimately you do have marriage in the future. You have the Four of Wands card, which is joy and celebration and gathering and that. So you do have it. It's like they're saying it's worth waiting for. You don't want to rush bread in the oven because you take it out and then you just get a mouthful of gooey old dough that you're like, "Pfft." You want fresh, delicious bread, right? So trust that it's unfolding, and while things are going slow and the process, we're always pointed inward and upward because things go slow on purpose for us to raise our love vibration, so that we can, instead of having a lower vibrational love experience where we've done what we've done before and got what we got before, we're able to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve us anymore about our worth, about our love, our self worth, emotions that no longer serve us, even friendships, relationships that no longer serve. And it allows us to raise our love vibration, have a higher experience as this person coming in is also raising their love vibration. So next week, it's just trust the process is unfolding. Any type of delay or slowness, use that time for you because they're using the time for them. And that as you raise your love vibration, it actually speeds things up too. So it's an incentive for us to do that, but it's always for us. So that is what's coming in, AG. So many blessings to you. All right. And I do have a donation that just popped in here. All right. Helen. All right. And I think I got everyone else down here. All right. Oh, Helena, thank you so much. So I don't know who this is, but I'm just gonna put that in time out there. I don't know what all this spamming is, so I just don't want to take away from our time here. So we're headed out here. Oh wow, JJJ, you had a dream. That's crazy. You didn't find it, Lydia? Because I have the timestamp, so you should have found it like right when you click on that. Um, but actually, Elias, I'm going to be headed off here in a moment. I have one donation that I'm finishing up, and then I'm headed off over there. Oh, you did? Okay. Okay, very good. Because it said that you didn't manage to find it, but now I see that you did. Okay, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. All right. So, thank you for your donation, Helena, and that'll be my last reading in this session. Thank you. All right. So, let's take a look here and thank you so much. So, if you go to that address, will you run into them? And is it worth your time? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Cards are flying in here. And then I'll be headed out here in a moment. But be sure to check out my the description box of the video for some giveaway information and sell on 50% off of my services too. All right, let's take a look here. Are you gonna find them there? Is it worth your time here? I with here, here's the you going to this is you in a chariot, you going to this address, right? And, I don't feel like you run into them there. I think are they home sleeping? So I just feel like this here, um yeah, I don't feel like that they're there. I feel like there's peace of mind here. So, I like this here. And, the 2 of Pentacles shows this balancing energy that's there as well. So I don't see feel like there's, um, that they're gonna be there, because it feels like a very balanced, peaceful interaction, with you going to that address there. Oh, 311. Um, well, let's take a look here. I do see a movement here of emotion, which is feels positive. It does feel like here that there is this, energy with the 8 of Swords. They are, with this Page of Swords, they are beginning to see things from a different perspective because there's these fears that keep them blinded and bound and trapped, and this is why they do they do stupid things. Whenever we're in fear, we go out of our minds. We leave you know, intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us. When we go into fear, it gets booted out of our head, and a little 2-year old with a pet cat are who in charge, right? And so we have this, you know, awareness that's coming in here. They are learning about their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So I feel like there is this movement here coming in, Helena, with this, movement of the Knight of Cups, and because that's movement of emotion, movement of even their self-love. So it feels like they're going through something that they're forced to go to anger management or something. It just feels like they're in this reflective period of looking at their self-worth and their self-love. And I feel like I don't feel like they're there. Maybe they got arrested or something and they're forced into some sort of therapy. I don't know. That's just a a shot in the dark. But it just definitely feels like they're doing this self change. But something that we look at, anyone that's in our lives is a mirror for us. And so definitely look at how this interaction, what it's telling you about you and your own self worth. When we say that they're doing bad things, it's like, what are my thoughts about myself doing to me? Because everything happens on purpose. It's not by accident. It's not punishment. All these individuals in our lives are characters that have been brought into our life on purpose, for us to be able to see things and to be able to do things right. So I feel like, your main question was, are you going to run into him? I don't feel like you will. I feel if you do, it's very peaceful. It's very balanced. Doesn't feel like there's things there, but definitely feel like they are working on transforming things as well. Um, yeah, I feel like they're peaceful. I don't feel like there's, and you're asking like, what were their thoughts when they saw you? I don't feel like there was anything there. Yeah, I mean, they don't. There's nothing, I don't feel any angst or anything like that. It felt very peaceful and just, driving. They were on to the next thing there. But that's what they have for you, Helena. Hey, Kay, I'm about to leave to go to my praying mantis session here. Um, Thank you for your donation, and it's a simple question, so I can answer that. If we don't need to dive in deeper, I'll definitely answer that question. because you're wanting to know if your husband is wanting a divorce right now. And let me see what these cards are here. Yeah, it feels here. I mean, we've got the Empress and the Page of Cups. That feels like there's a new interest that's coming in here. There's this new love that's coming in here. Empress energy is like sensuality, new birth. Page of Cups here. That's coming in here. Um, and we've got this emotional confusion, a lot of emotional confusion on their part. And the Two of Cups, it feels like they're going back and forth between decisions to be made in the outside world. That's coming in here as well. Um, but overall, we have the Sun card, which I feel like ultimately you're going to be fine in the end, no matter what happens. But I feel like they are, so yeah, I feel like they're going back and forth in the outside world, and um, ultimately, you end up, victorious in this, in what is best for you. The Sun card is one of the most victorious ones that's coming in, and so we definitely have that, um, you know. Um, Possibility that's coming in here. I feel like they're going back and forth because of that Two of Pentacles. It just feels like they haven't made a decision, but I don't know if it wants a divorce. I just feel like they're going back and forth. They don't know what they want, and their current energy is just, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I just, I don't know, right? So, that's what's coming. Oh, because you want one. Well, the Sun card shows you victorious, so that shows in the end it's like what you are. You come out with this brightness and everything there. Hey, Anna, can you let everyone know? I'll be over there in a sec. I'm so sorry. I got caught up in some last donations here. So, yeah, so sorry. No, I'm actually needing to leave to go to my praying mantis session. So Helena, I see you asked another one, but I did mention that I need to leave. So what I'll do, I have your email address, and I'm going to take a picture here of your question, and I will respond to you via email after I go to my praying mantis session because I'm already late going to it. So thank you for your donation, but it'll be about an hour or so, and I will reply to the email through your PayPal for your question. And I appreciate you um, understanding that. But I do need to head off, everyone. So I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time for my the last of my free sessions this weekend, and then I'll be back next Friday. But check out the description box of the video for more information on playlist of pick a card readings. I have Moon Day Mondays. I have my Take 10 with Zen. A lot of free content out there, and I also have memberships. If you'd like to come join us in the Praying Mantis session that I'm late to, I'm heading off to. $7.99 a month, and you get to have access to all those free sessions, advanced notification or access to a lot of videos, and then also the Q&A on Thursday nights where we do readings, ask questions of spirit, and a bunch of other fun things. So many, many blessings, everyone. Thank you so much for all your love and all your support, all the thumbs up. And until I see you guys again, just know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there. You guys take care. We'll see you soon. And I'm off.